Hello viewers, welcome to our mini lecture today. I am Elias Mwangeka. Now today we are going to learn language and literacy, and our topic is on literacy pedagogy. Now pedagogy, just to start with, is an approach or a method in teaching. So our objectives today is to understand the different types of methods or approaches or pedagogies in teaching of language and literacy. Now, there are so many methods of teaching language and literacy, but today we are going to measure on 4, and these 4 are didactic literacy pedagogy, functional literacy pedagogy, critical literacy pedagogy, and authentic literacy pedagogy. Now, the didactic literacy pedagogy, I think, is the first pedagogy that we have to, that was invented way back in the 19th century, but it is still used even today. Here, what we look at are the formal rules and the correct usage of language, and also we look at the meaning, reading for only one meaning. When a learner gets a text, for example, when he reads, what meaning does he derive from that text? We are not interested in the different interpretation that can be made from a text, because a text can carry. Today we know that a text can carry different meanings, but here we are looking at one meaning, the one that the writer intended to pass to the reader. We also have formal rules. These formal rules include punctuation and also correct usage of language. Didactic literacy pedagogy also involves a lot of repetition, copying and memorization, also rule application. I think that is why it is not preferred so much today. Now there is another literacy pedagogy, that is functional literacy pedagogy. Now the functional literacy pedagogy mostly deals with texts. And in a text we ask ourselves, what is the purpose of the whole text? And how is the text structured? For instance, we are looking at a letter, for example. What is the function of a letter to the learner? When the learner learns about letter writing, in future, how is it able to help him? When we look at the structure, what is the structure of this letter? Again, different texts have different purposes. In science, we have different texts, in research writing, and also in other so many things in the world. We use text for different purposes. So that is functional literacy pedagogy. We have the critical literacy pedagogy. And the critical literacy pedagogy, we acknowledge that there are many voices that learners come with in class. Learners are coming from different background and contexts, and they carry with them different literacies from their home. So when they come to class, we acknowledge that fact. Again, it aims at building critical thinking. For example, when we read a passage with the learner in class, we don't just look for the one meaning, but we can see how different learners can interpret and also ask a lot of questions. What did the writer intend to pass to us? We also read the text and ask ourselves, what values can we learn from it? How can we improve it so that or how can we improve the message that is in the text, so that we can get, or we can improve from it. Now, another one is that it acknowledges that literacies are in plural form. Long ago, we used to take literacy to be one aspect, only reading and maybe sometimes writing. But in our case here, we are looking at different from outside writing and reading. We are looking at the relationships. We are looking at businesses. We are looking at communication and so many other things. We also have authentic literacy pedagogy. Now this approach provides space and does not regard adherence to convention. When we were talking about didactic, we talked about a lot of rules, application, and so many other things. Here, in authentic, We provide space for the children, and we do not regard adherence to rules. It is free, but under structured environment. The learners are given things to play with, and they follow the interest of the learner. So the learners are immersed into meaningful activity. And this type of pedagogy is the one that is advocated today. When we look at scholars like Maria Montessori and John Dewey, they really advocate for this, because this type of pedagogy immerses the learner in meaningful activity, and it also gives space to the learner to learn the way he wants, and the learners are able to construct knowledge and hence building from known to unknown. This is the end of our lecture. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. Thank you.